Yo, what's up gamers? Welcome back to another insane video. And today, we're diving into something that's gonna make your inner gamer absolutely lose it. I'm talking about the 20 insane upcoming AAA single-player games you just can't afford to miss in 2026. Yeah, you heard me right. No battle passes, no teammates stealing your loot, no sweaty kids screaming on voice chat. Just pure, story-driven, cinematic, single-player greatness. So grab your snacks, crank up that volume, and let's dive straight into the madness. Alright, let's kick things off with a game that's about to resurrect nightmares, literally. 1. Silent Hill Remake. Oh boy, Silent Hill is back, and not just some random reboot, but a full-blown remake built for next-gen consoles. If you grew up fearing fog, this one's gonna bring back trauma in 4K HDR. Developed using Unreal Engine 5, this remake is a complete reimagining of the legendary psychological horror that defined an entire genre. You'll play as Harry Mason, or maybe a new twist on him. Konami's been super mysterious, searching for his missing daughter in the cursed town of Silent Hill. And trust me, the visuals are so realistic you'll question if you left your fog machine on. The devs promise revamped gameplay, modern controls, and here's the big one, new story elements that tie into future Silent Hill projects. So yeah, this isn't just nostalgia bait, it's a rebirth of horror. If Resident Evil Remake made you scream, Silent Hill Remake will make you uninstall your lights.
I'm real.
2. Gears of War E-Day. Next up, we're heading straight into the locust-infested chaos with Gears of War E-Day. This isn't Gears 6. No, this is a prequel, going all the way back to the day it all began. We're talking about Emergence Day, when the Locust Horde first erupted from underground and turned humanity's cities into war zones. You'll play as a young Marcus Phoenix, before the beard, before the COG armor became iconic. Just a soldier trying to survive literal hell breaking loose. The visuals? Insane. The Coalition is using Unreal Engine 5 to flex every bit of power the Xbox Series X has. And from what's been teased, it's going to be dark, emotional, and way more personal than previous Gears titles. No open world, no co-op distractions, just raw, cinematic single-player storytelling. If you love the old-school Gears feeling, this might be the true return to form. And hey, if they bring back that Chainsaw Lancer intro sound, instant chills. 3. The Blood of Dawnwalker. Okay, now this one. This one's a brand new IP and easily one of the most hyped dark fantasy RPGs coming next year. The Blood of Dawnwalker is being described as a mix between Elden Ring and The Witcher. Yeah, that level of ambition. You play as a cursed knight, the Dawnwalker, trying to break free from a blood pact that's slowly consuming your humanity. The world is massive, grim, and full of gothic beauty. Think fallen kingdoms, ancient gods, and way too many creepy things lurking in the mist. What's even cooler, the combat system apparently mixes swordplay with blood magic, where every strike drains or empowers your life force. So every fight literally costs you something. If they pull this off, it could easily become the next cult classic RPG that everyone's streaming in 2026. Oh, and the soundtrack? Goosebumps material. You'll feel like you're in a tragic opera written by demons.
Carelessly, like water. Things will be different now. For all of you.
4. Crimson Desert. Now here's one that's been on everyone's radar for years. Crimson Desert. Pearl Abyss, the studio behind Black Desert Online, is finally delivering this insanely detailed single-player open-world action RPG. And dude, the graphics look so realistic it's almost illegal. You play as Macduff, a mercenary caught in a brutal fight for survival in a world torn apart by war and betrayal. It's like Game of Thrones had a baby with Assassin's Creed, and that baby grew up swinging a giant sword in Unreal Engine 5. The combat looks absolutely wild. You can punch, grab, ride horses, throw enemies off cliffs, and even pick up enemies as human shields mid-battle. It's cinematic chaos in the best possible way. And unlike most open worlds, Crimson Desert promises zero filler content. Every quest and every encounter apparently builds into your story. If that's true, we might finally have an RPG where go fetch 10 apples doesn't exist.
I've survived. And for those who will live on, this is our mission.
5. The Witcher 4, Project Polaris. Let's be honest, you can't talk about single-player greatness without mentioning The Witcher. CD Projekt Red is officially deep into The Witcher 4, codenamed Project Polaris, and it's shaping up to be one of the biggest fantasy RPGs ever made. This marks the start of a new Witcher saga, and no, Geralt might not be the main character this time. Rumors suggest we'll follow a new Witcher, possibly from a different school like the Lynx, in a world far more dynamic and reactive than before. They're building this thing in Unreal Engine 5, and if Cyberpunk 2077's comeback taught us anything, CDPR's redemption arc is real. Expect more open-world exploration, deep branching quests, and moral choices that'll make you question your soul. And of course, monster hunting that feels weighty and brutal. If you loved Witcher 3, this is like its evolved next-gen heir. Bigger world, smarter AI, and more emotionally rich writing. This could easily dominate 2026 if done right. 6007 First Light. And finally, time to suit up, order your martini, and save the world in 007 First Light. This upcoming James Bond game is being developed by IO Interactive, the geniuses behind the Hitman trilogy, so you already know stealth and style are about to be legendary. What makes it even cooler? It's not tied to any movie actor. This is an original Bond origin story, telling how a young agent earns his license to kill. Imagine combining Hitman's sandbox missions with spy gadgets, fast cars, and high-stakes action sequences that feel straight out of a Bond film. Explosions, infiltration, tuxedos, and maybe a few shaken, not stirred, moments. IY confirmed it's a single-player, cinematic stealth experience built entirely for next-gen. So yeah, forget multiplayer. This is pure Bond fantasy with full creative freedom. If they nail that classic tone, charming but dangerous, this could redefine how spy games are done.
Jet lag. Gets me every time.
She's not your friend, Bond. She's an asset.
7. The Elder Scrolls 6. It's finally happening. After years of waiting, teasing, and Todd Howard saying it'll release when it's ready, The Elder Scrolls 6 is officially marching toward us like a dragon with purpose. This is Bethesda's next massive single-player RPG, the true follow-up to Skyrim, and it's set to redefine what open-world fantasy means on next-gen hardware. We still don't have the full map, but leaks point to Hammerfell, a region of deserts, mountains, and Redguard warriors. Think Skyrim's snowy peaks, but replaced with golden sands, ancient ruins, and seafaring kingdoms. And with the power of Bethesda's Creation Engine 2, the world won't just look alive, it'll feel alive. Dynamic weather, deeper NPC AI, and that same go anywhere, steal anything, punch anyone freedom we all love. If Starfield was the warm-up, The Elder Scrolls 6 is the main event. And let's be honest, we'll all spend the first 10 hours just walking around picking flowers again. 8. Marvel's Wolverine. From dragons to claws. Let's talk about Marvel's Wolverine, one of the most hyped superhero games ever made. Developed by Insomniac Games, the same masterminds behind Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2, Wolverine is bringing that same cinematic storytelling and smooth combat, but with a whole lot more rage and R-rated energy. This isn't the yellow suit cartoon version. This is a gritty, grounded Wolverine, more Logan than Saturday morning superhero. Set in Madripoor, a neon-soaked criminal underworld, the game will show a side of Wolverine we've never seen before. Vulnerable, angry, and brutally efficient. Expect intense melee combat with destructible environments. And yes, the claws aren't just for show. You'll be tearing through enemies in glorious detail and healing up mid-fight like an unstoppable beast. And if Insomniac's track record is anything to go by, expect emotional storytelling, gorgeous visuals, and one-liners sharp enough to cut adamantium. This could easily be the most cinematic superhero game ever made. 9. Beast of Reincarnation. Now this one is something truly mysterious. Beast of Reincarnation is an upcoming dark action RPG that feels like it crawled straight out of a fever dream. Set in a world cursed by endless cycles of death and rebirth, you play as a warrior marked by reincarnation itself, someone who remembers every life they've lived. Each death isn't a failure, it's evolution. You come back stronger, faster, and sometimes less human. The game style screams From Software energy, with a mix of eerie world design, cryptic storytelling, and boss fights that look absolutely brutal. But it's got its own identity, blending Eastern mythology, reincarnation systems, and a hauntingly poetic story about what it means to exist forever. If you love games like Sekiro or Nioh, but want something even deeper and more emotional, Beast of Reincarnation might be your next obsession.
封じ子エマ、お前こそが輪廻の獣を滅ぼす刃となる。
10. Mass Effect 5. Now, for something cosmic, the return of the galaxy's most beloved RPG. Mass Effect 5 is on the horizon, and yes, Commander Shepard's story might not be over just yet. BioWare has been playing this one close to the chest, but all hints point toward a sequel that bridges the original trilogy and Andromeda. We've seen Liara in the teaser, we've heard the whispers about rebuilding the galaxy, and fans are absolutely losing it. The devs have promised a more narrative-driven, single-player experience with meaningful choices and rich character arcs. No multiplayer fluff, no filler, just classic space opera storytelling that made us all fall in love with the series in the first place. And with new-gen graphics, cinematic dialogue, and reimagined combat, Mass Effect 5 might just bring RPG storytelling back to the top. Let's just hope they don't forget the ending this time. 11. Black Myth, Zhong. If you thought Black Myth, Wukong was wild, get ready for its spiritual follow-up, Black Myth, Zhong. Inspired by Chinese mythology once again, this new game centers around Zhong, the legendary demon slayer, a hero feared by monsters and worshipped by mortals. The visuals are next-level Unreal Engine 5 magic. Think detailed armor, molten temples, and creatures straight out of ancient nightmares. The combat is heavy, artistic, and cinematic, blending martial arts fluidity with supernatural power. Every swing feels like a myth coming to life. But what really stands out is the tone. Darker, more tragic, exploring the morality of what it means to be a hero in a world built on spirits and vengeance. If you love the storytelling depth of Sekiro and the mythic scale of Wukong, Zhong could be the perfect successor. 12. Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time Remake. And finally, a true legend returns. Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time Remake is making a glorious comeback in 2026. And this time, Ubisoft promises it's been completely rebuilt from the ground up. This isn't just a texture upgrade. They've reimagined the entire combat system, added parkour refinements, and fully modernized the time rewind mechanics that made the original so iconic. You'll once again step into the sandals of the prince as he battles to undo the chaos unleashed by the sands of time. But this time, every flip, every slash, every moment looks cinematic. The visuals are sleek, the animations are fluid, and yes, the voice of the original prince is back. It's nostalgia with a fresh coat of next-gen polish, and fans couldn't be happier to relive one of gaming's greatest adventures. So yeah, the prince is finally ready to turn back the clock, and this time, he's doing it in 4K. 13. Atomic Heart 2. Let's start with something absolutely insane. Atomic Heart 2. The first game gave us murderous ballerina robots, exploding teapots, and enough Soviet weirdness to melt your brain. Now imagine all that, but bigger, crazier, and twice as brutal. Atomic Heart 2 is taking us back to that twisted retro-futuristic world where science went way too far. The devs have confirmed improved AI, more open exploration, and new biomechanical monsters that make the first game's enemies look like kindergarten toys. You'll still be using telekinesis, shock powers, and a ridiculously overpowered arsenal, but now with deeper customization and story choices that actually matter. It's stylish, violent, and weird in the best possible way. If you love games that make you go, "What the hell did I just play?" this one's for you. Up, the Daywalker himself. Marvel's Blade is coming from Arcane Lion, the masterminds behind Dishonored and Deathloop. And if anyone knows how to make stylish, immersive worlds, it's them. This isn't your average superhero game. Blade is gritty, grounded, and drenched in atmosphere. The story takes place in a quarantined Paris overrun by vampires. And you, as the half-human, half-vampire hunter, are the only one standing between nightfall and extinction. Expect brutal melee combat, stealth takedowns, and some of the best urban level design Arcane's ever done. The devs confirmed it's fully single-player and narrative-driven. No co-op, no distractions, just pure vampire-slaying style. And if we get that iconic Blade attitude with a next-gen cinematic look, yeah, this could be Marvel's darkest game yet.
Lock up tight now. Night's just getting started.
15. Onimusha, Way of the Sword. It's time to return to the era of demons and samurai, because Onimusha is back, baby. Onimusha, Way of the Sword is Capcom's big resurrection of the legendary hack-and-slash franchise, rebuilt from scratch with the RE engine. And from what's been teased, it's absolutely stunning. You'll play as a new warrior with ties to the Onimusha lineage, battling demonic warlords and supernatural beasts across feudal Japan. Combat is fast, cinematic, and beautifully brutal. Think Ghost of Tsushima meets Devil May Cry. There's a strong focus on sword mastery, parrying, and channeling demonic energy through your blade. And yes, Capcom confirmed, this is a pure single-player story, no multiplayer gimmicks. If you've been craving that old-school samurai fantasy with next-gen polish, Onimusha's comeback might be one of 2020 SIX's biggest surprises.
Maybe it'll be worth my while.
Well said!
What in the...
Get a hold of yourself! Are you a man or a beast? Getting strong because of some gauntlet. That's not strength.
I'm gonna eat all the souls you got in there.
16. Resonance, A Plague Tale Legacy. If A Plague Tale Requiem broke your heart, get ready, because Resonance, A Plague Tale Legacy is here to do it again. Asobo Studio is returning with a brand new chapter in the hauntingly beautiful plague-ridden world of France, continuing the story of what remains after Onimusha and Hugo's tragic journey. This time, the focus is on legacy, memory, and the emotional aftermath of survival. You'll see the world change as people struggle to rebuild, while dark forces and the curse of the Macula refuse to stay buried. Expect even more immersive stealth gameplay, breathtaking visuals, and storytelling that'll crush your soul in 4K. The devs said this chapter is a goodbye and a beginning. So get ready for heartbreak and hope. Grab tissues. You're gonna need them. 17. Vampire: The Masquerade Bloodlines 2. Speaking of the night, the long-awaited Vampire: The Masquerade Bloodlines 2 is finally ready to rise from its coffin. This cult classic RPG has been in development hell for years, but it's finally looking sharper, darker, and more immersive than ever. You'll play as a newly turned vampire navigating the neon shadows of Seattle, where politics, plans, and bloodlust collide. Choices matter here. Every conversation, every alliance, every bite. It's not just about survival. It's about who you choose to become. The updated combat mixes supernatural powers with stealth and RPG freedom. So whether you want to charm your way through the city or rip through enemies like a gothic monster, the choice is yours. If you're into deep lore, branching stories, and a heavy dose of supernatural drama, Bloodlines 2 might finally deliver the vampire RPG we've been waiting for.
You just stroll into town, my town, a town I had to work to be a part of. With your big bad elder reputation and your stupid fucking name.
18. GTA 6. Do I even need to say anything here? GTA 6, the most anticipated game on the planet. Rockstar's next masterpiece takes us back to Vice City. Bigger, bolder, and more detailed than anything we've ever seen. And yes, while GTA is known for its chaos and open-world mayhem, Rockstar confirmed it'll feature a massive single-player campaign that blends story, choice, and cinematic realism like never before. We'll follow Lucia and Jason in a modern Bonnie and Clyde-style tale set against the neon glow of Florida's criminal underbelly. The AI, physics, and animations are on another level. Every NPC feels alive, every street tells a story, and every chase looks straight out of a Hollywood movie. Whether you're robbing banks, racing across beaches, or just vibing in Vice City, GTA 6 is the game everyone will be talking about in 2026.
Hey.
We happen to be at the same party.
Hands above your head, now!
You, stay! The new beginnings.
You break the news, isn't it?
19. Exodus. Now for something brand new and seriously intriguing. Exodus. Developed by Archetype Entertainment, a team of BioWare devs. Exodus is a narrative-driven sci-fi RPG that blends cinematic storytelling with player-driven choice. You play as a traveler, a human who ventures beyond known space. But every trip you take causes time dilation. So while minutes pass for you, decades pass for everyone you left behind. Imagine returning home to a world that's aged 80 years and your allies are gone. It's emotional, complex, and filled with moral consequences that'll mess with your head. Think Mass Effect meets Interstellar with Unreal Engine 5 visuals and heavy RPG systems. If done right, Exodus could become the next great space epic.
see a lot of potential in this new partnership.
Let me light the way for you.
Target acquired.
20. Halo 7. And finally, we end where legends live. Halo 7, the return of Master Chief, and possibly the most ambitious Halo campaign ever made. 343 Industries has confirmed it's being built with a new engine update focused entirely on single-player storytelling and cinematic immersion. No more open-world filler. This is going back to the tight, emotional focus that made Halo 3 and Reach unforgettable. The story picks up after Infinite, diving deeper into Chief's fate, the mysteries of the Endless, and the future of humanity itself. Expect massive-scale battles, emotional character arcs, and visuals that push the Xbox Series X to its limits. And let's be honest, if that Halo theme starts playing in Dolby Atmos, we're all gonna cry a little. And there you have it, 20 absolutely insane single-player games dropping in 2026. From ancient gods and cyberpunk chaos to dragons, demons, and double-barreled vampires. Next year might just be the biggest year in gaming history.